Hey, it's Liam from Rankmate here, and if you need to build a website for your business or for a personal project, then this is by far the cheapest, easiest, and best way, in my opinion, to create one. We're going to be using Lovable, that you can access via lovable.dev. This is an AI coding agent, or a vibe coding agent that people are calling it. There's a few of these out now. I've tested a few of them, and this is my favorite. I found that the websites it creates are the best looking, and I'm going to showcase that in this video. Traditionally, you would use something like WordPress or Wix or Squarespace to build a website, and I still think that is a good way to build a website, but I think in 2025, I think you're going to be quite impressed at how good this is, because I certainly was when I first used this. So just come to the website, and all you need to do is say, please create a website for my landscaping business. Of course, you would just replace this with whatever kind of business that you are starting or that you have. One tip is actually to use something like Claude to help you generate the prompt, because the more detailed this prompt is here, the better the website is going to be. But you can always add stuff as you go along. So we're just going to go ahead with that, and let's see what this generates. This usually takes about 5 minutes, and I think you're going to be impressed with what it comes back with. And we've got this chat here on the left hand side. So Lovable is telling us what it's going to do, and then we're going to have the live preview here on the right hand side. And just like ChatGPT and Claude, we can interact with it using the chat feature here. And right now it is building out our website. It's writing all that code for us. And if you click the dev mode button here in the top right, you can see all of the code that is being generated. And this usually takes about 5 minutes, and then we can improve the website from there. Cool, so here is the first draft of our website. It's created the header here at the top. We've got all the content in between, and we've got a nice footer at the bottom too. I will say that this process works best for quite simple websites. So if you're a local service provider, such as a construction company, you might have a restaurant or a cafe or something like that, then this is absolutely perfect. For things like an e-commerce store, then you're probably best off using a platform like Shopify. But for simple websites, then I don't think you can beat this. You can easily make changes by interacting with Lovable in the chat here. So for example, let's ask it to change the logo. Please can you change the logo in the header to our company name, which is, let's call it London Landscapers. And as you can see, it is going to update that for us. Usually only takes a few seconds. Cool, and then that's refreshed, and it's changed that in the corner to our new company name. Of course, you could upload a logo that you might have already created, and you could embed that into the header there. But that same process there can be repeated for the entirety of the website. You could ask it to change any section. You could ask it to add new sections. You can ask it to add new pages. Currently, we've got a one-page website, but we could actually ask it to create separate pages for each of these menu items here. Something you can also do is use this edit feature, and you can click any part of the website and you can actually change that content, and that doesn't use a message credit. With the free version of Lovable, I believe you get 5 messages per day. So every day that will reset, and then the paid plan is $20 or $25 per month. That gives you 100 messages, but by making edits like this, that doesn't eat into your messages. So let's change this to about London Landscapers and click save. And as you can see, that has been reflected on the live preview here on the right hand side. And you could go through the whole website and make changes to reflect your company information, such as the phone number, email, and address. Of course, you could have actually included this information in the initial prompt. As I mentioned, the more detailed that initial prompt is, the better the first draft is going to be. If you click this button here, this is going to take you to a staging website that actually shows what our website looks like in full screen. And one of my favorite things about Lovable, which I think it beats WordPress in, is making sure the website is optimized for mobile and tablet. That's something that WordPress doesn't always do that well, but with Lovable, it's one of the best parts about Lovable is actually the mobile and tablet friendliness that it does automatically. WordPress is kind of a bit unreliable sometimes, but with this, just straight out of the box, it is mobile and tablet optimized, so any visitor is going to see the website in its best form. One thing that I recommend doing is finding a competitor's website that you like the look of. I've just found this website here, and I think it looks really clean and minimal. What you can actually do is you can take a screenshot. So let's say we wanted to replicate the header of this website. We could take a screenshot of that header, then we can go back into Lovable, we can drag that in to the chat, and we can ask Lovable to please recreate our header so it's in the same / similar style to the attached header. And this is a little hit or miss. Sometimes it does it perfectly. Sometimes you need to ask it again to recreate it, but most of the time it does a pretty good job. And while it's doing that, let's actually go back and let's take this part of the website. So the header, the hero section, and we can go back here. And as you can see, it's okay. That attempt wasn't fantastic. So I'm going to ask Lovable to please do that again. It doesn't look anything like the attachment I sent. The header needs to be taller and the background color to be gray. And let's see if we can do that. Of course, you don't want to copy this website directly anyway, so some variation is a good thing. Let's see what Lovable can do here. Okay, there we go. It's done an okay job. I still think these need to be smaller, but that's something you can just ask the chat to do directly. Let's now attempt this one again. Let's take a screenshot of the hero section, plus that text down there. Let's bring that into the chat. Please recreate the hero section like in the attached screenshot. Please make it as similar as possible. And let's see what that can do. Okay, let's see what it comes back with. Okay, not bad, apart from there's no picture there. Let's tell it. Actually, this is another point. You can actually add a picture to the chat here. So we just go to Google, type in landscaping. Okay, let's go to Creative Commons. And let's just take this image here and just save that to desktop, and just save that to desktop, and then come back to Lovable, bring that in there. Please use this image here. And hopefully that image is added in there. And as you can see, that is already looking a lot better than the original website that Lovable generated for us. So ideally you would go through the whole website and, not saying copy other websites, but definitely get inspiration, because this is a good looking website here. They've got a video embedded, which is something you can also do. If you have a YouTube channel, you can embed a video into the website really easily. Just ask Lovable to do it. It's that simple. And just while that image is being added, on a similar note, there's this website here called 21st.dev where they've got these templates. I've seen a few YouTubers speak about this website, and if there's any templates here that you like, you can actually find the prompt that is used, and then you can put that back into Lovable. But to be honest, I don't think you need to do that. I think taking screenshots from existing websites that you like is a really good way. Okay, annoyingly that image has not been added. Let me just say, actually, this is a good point to mention. If there's an issue on the page, you can actually screenshot the preview, drag that in there, and then ask Lovable to fix that directly. Let's see if it can fix itself. It's thinking. The AI is thinking. And there we go. The image is added. Annoyingly, it has added some extra spacing above there, but that's something you can ask Lovable again to reduce. I'm actually going to try that now. Please, can you reduce the white space between the garden design, garden landscaping, and garden maintenance boxes. Reduce the white space above and below the boxes that are located. There we go. It's done it. It's reduced the white space. So I definitely think you need to give Lovable or the AI as clear instructions as possible. So when you do upload a screenshot of something you wanted to replicate, also accompany that with some clear instructions about how to create that. And yeah, the end result is going to be much better. I think the biggest advantage of creating a website this way is the ability to create multiple service and local area pages very, very quickly. So for example, let's ask it to create, please create 3 service pages that target the following keywords. So firstly, you might have patio and decking services. Next, you might have gardening services. And after that, you might have outdoor kitchen installation, just as an example. Please create separate pages for each of these and link to them in a drop-down menu in the header. Please also add links to the footer. And this is something that in WordPress would just take a long time to do. You'd have to create a new page. Of course, you could use Claude and ChatGPT to help you actually generate the content for each page. But with this, you just ask it to do it and it creates all the pages for you. It will add, we've asked for the links to be added to the header here at the top and also in the footer. So let's see what that comes back with. One thing is that the stock images that Lovable uses are not very good. So you definitely are going to have to spend a little bit of time adding images to each page. But yeah, that's something you'd have to do anyway in WordPress. So that's going to go ahead and create that. I would suspect this is going to take a few minutes, but I've asked it to create 3 service pages here, but you could ask it to create 10, 20 different service pages. And this is where you really are going to be saving a lot of time. And similarly to this is what I'll come on to after creating these pages, is that this is probably the most powerful thing when it comes to building websites with Lovable, and that is creating local area pages that target certain keywords. So here we've got a general patio and decking services page for the website. So we've asked it to create a general patio and decking services page, but say we want to target a specific area. So we wanted to target patio and decking services in London, patio and decking services in Chelmsford, which is another city in the UK. You could ask it to create multiple different pages that target each town in your area that you serve. And that's something that I think Google's going definitely towards a more local SEO focused approach. So people who type in patio services, they're going to get local results. And in your case, if they're based in London, then hopefully your patio London page will show up. Obviously, that's a very competitive keyword. And I'd actually recommend doing much smaller areas than London. So the area where I currently live has about 10,000 people. That would be the perfect place to target. So you could even use something like Claude. Please give me a list of all the areas in, let's say, East Sussex that I can create service pages for my patio installation services, e.g. patio installation service or patio installation Hastings. Is that in East Sussex? I think it is. And here we go. So Claude has given us the biggest areas in East Sussex, and what we could do is actually create pages for each of these keywords. So patio installation Eastbourne, patio installation Lewis. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to stagger them so they don't all go public at the same time. Google won't like that, but this is something that would have taken a long time, and you'd have to hire someone to do this, or it would take, a couple of weeks to create all these pages to a good level. But with Lovable. Oh, we've had an error. This is very common actually. So you just need to click that and ask Lovable to fix it. And usually it does it first time. It'll be typical that when I'm recording this video, it doesn't, but let's see. Okay, so that's finished creating those free service pages. And as we can see, they are accessible here in the header. And I mean, they look good. Obviously, you need to add some images here and also in the hero section, but you know, that would take a long time with WordPress. And it's just done it for us. You could just see the potential in creating these local websites. Yeah, it really is a game changer. And this kind of speed, it's only really been possible in the last few months since these tools came out. You've also got Bolt.new and Firebase Studio, which are two other ones that I've played around with. But Lovable, in my opinion, is the best out of those three. So once you've got a good first draft of your website, you can go ahead and host your website. It's really, really simple. You can host it and then add your own custom domain. So we'd probably go and buy something like londonlandscapers.co.uk. We can basically link this project with our GitHub account. For those of you who don't know what GitHub is, you don't really need to know too much about it. You just need to create an account and then you need to connect this project here in Lovable with GitHub, and then basically all the files, all the coded files of your website will be uploaded to GitHub. And then from there, you just need to create either a Netlify or a Vercel account. And then from there, you can import the project from GitHub. Sounds a bit complicated, but it's actually not. And then you can easily host your website so everyone in the world can see it. And then you can easily connect a domain. Maybe I'll make another video on that, but I'm sure there's one on YouTube somewhere already. So yeah, once you've got your website hosted and then you make any changes here, they'll be directly reflected onto your live website. And yeah, it's going to look like this, but you're going to have your own domain here, your own custom domain. Probably use something like Namecheap. That's the cheapest domain provider that I've used. But we've got a good looking website here. Look, it's not going to look amazing straight away. You are going to have to spend a little bit of time on this, but it's still infinitely quicker than WordPress. I know like Wix and Squarespace have their own AI builders now, but I still think this is so much quicker in terms of getting actual content related to your business or project or whatever it is onto the website. And look, I mean, look how quickly these pages have been made. And I mean, when it comes to creating these individual pages, this is something that this is a complete game changer. And I'm personally building a lot of websites using this approach. Yeah, I hope that video helped. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of new tools like this coming out over the next few months and certainly over the next few years as AI becomes even smarter and we're able to do stuff like this. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.